Hi, and welcome to another episode of Tool Talk. I'm your host, Mark the Window Cleaner. This show brought to you by windowcleaningresource.com. Well, in today's episode, I want to continue on talking about some of the highlights from Nashville. You know, besides the great seminars that were being presented down there, keynote speakers, awesome networking opportunities, there were some actual tools being presented in the trade show that I was kind of looking forward to seeing for the first time. And you know, I thought in this particular episode, instead of having me give you kind of a review or kind of go over of a tool out there to use in your business, I would let another end user talk about the tool himself. Got Nick from Clean Pro out of St. Louis. He managed to get his hands on an Unger Ninja Scraper and holster, and you know, keep in mind that his opinions presented here are his first impressions. He hadn't actually used it out on the job because he just picked it up. But he has since posted on Facebook in the last few days that he's really enjoying the use of the scraper and the holster. Anyway, enough of my yakking. I'm going to let Nick tell you about the Unger Ninja Scraper and holster. Go ahead, Nick. All right, I'm here with Nick from Clean Pro out of St. Louis. He was lucky enough to get one of these things in his hands permanently. Luckier than me, because I've been looking for this thing. I've been really itching for this thing since about February when I first saw it in Unger's little promo catalog. Came up to my shop. It's the Unger Ninja Scraper. Yes, it's very nice, black and shiny. It's got the standard Ninja colors, that nice soft ergonomic type handle. This thing's got a little surprise built in. Nick, you want to show us a little surprise?
Just press this little button here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Boom.
Awesome. You got a straight or an angled scraper. And that's one thing I definitely noticed about trying to scrape windows on a pole. It's really not a good idea to do it with a straight scraper. You got to have that angle on there. And tell me about the weight of that. Like, what scraper do you normally use in the 6-inch range?
You know, I'm typically using the MK3,
okay.
The Triumph. And when I first got this, I was really hoping it wasn't going to be light. But this thing, every time you grab it, it's got some real, it's sturdy. It's almost like you just...
It almost feels like the tank of scrapers.
Right.
But without being overly so.
No, it's great. It feels good. It's got a real good grip to it, but it feels beefy. It's not just some cheap $6 scraper. I mean, this thing's got some girth to it,
yeah.
Which I personally like, because when I'm wearing it, I know it's there.
Yeah.
I don't want to just kind of hide it, you know? So.
And when you got it in the angled position, how does it feel? Does it feel like it's pretty sturdy?
Yeah, you know, when you're going up on some glass and you're going to come here, and you're scraping up and it's on a pole, you know, you shove that thing in there, and when you go, it doesn't feel like, I feel like I can put a lot of pressure on that.
Yes. Yeah, because like with a crank adapter on a pole, sometimes you're trying to do some real finesse squeegeeing work, but that crank, that joint point, it's like a weak spot, and so this one here feels pretty good, eh? And as you can see here, he's putting it also into the Ninja Scraper holster, which is pretty cool. And that thing looks pretty beefy and pretty sturdy as well. It's got that metal plate there, I guess, for reinforcement.
Yeah.
That looks pretty strong.
And I would typically, if I was going to wear this scraper, and if I was just doing some residential work, I'd probably have it straight. But you can go ahead and probably just get rid of that cap. I break them, I lose them. So this is typically how myself would use this if I was on a residential job that day. But it's real nice. I don't want to get my fingers too close, but you can hit it against this thing. Would you say that's like a metal?
Yeah, it's probably stainless steel because they don't want it to rust.
You know, yeah, you're probably right. A lot smarter than me too. But so I can just shove it in there and falls right in. It's got a good weight to it. I felt kind of weird. I was walking through the hotel with this thing on, just to see if this pivot was going to fall off my pants or not. So
yeah, can we just see a close-up of that pivot for a second?
Sure.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah, that's something I didn't notice until just a few minutes ago when you first were showing me the scraper holster. So. And it's got like almost a lock position here, and locks on the side.
And
is that supposed to?
Yeah. So when it fell over, it just has like a lip to it.
Oh, I see.
So if it falls.
Okay. But you said when you're walking along there quickly, either through here, or obviously on a job site, it's not just swaying back and forth. It's pivots if you need it to pivot, but it's not just flopping about.
Right. It does feel rigid. The other ones that we've tried to use, they would always they would swing with you or maybe move around and fly up on you sometimes. But this thing, it felt real good. I was a big fan of how solid and plastic it is, and that there was no it slid right in.
Yep.
With that clamp, it wasn't like you're forcing that MK3 in there. It's just, and it kind of went like halfway and it didn't shut all the way. So, great scraper. I was lucky enough to sweet talk my way.
Yeah, I think I'm getting one next week, but you are the lucky one.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when you got charm.
There you go. Speaking about charm, you charmed me into being the first official Tool Talk reviewer other than myself. So there you go. You worked your way into one of my videos. Did a great job in the review of this. You show me, and you're obviously going to show also the WCR community and the YouTube community the new Unger Ninja. I think this is going to be the actual first review on it anywhere in the world. You're the first person to really talk about it other than Unger themselves.
That's great.
So congratulations, Nick. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And I hope you had enjoyed yourself at the convention this year.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, thanks, Nick.